So little birdie told me that you didn't like Trap.
Yeah, I did not really have a good time. Excuse my dog and his toy in the background. He didn't care either. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't like it as much as some of the more recent M Night movies. Like I even liked Old and the Knock at the Cabin more than this. I liked Josh Hartnett's performance. I thought that was great, but I kind of found the direction uninspiring. The story just didn't really do much for
Yeah,
me.
yeah, no, I'm with you on the Josh Hartnett thing. Yeah, I think that's definitely the thing that like just saved it for me because yeah, if it was a different actor, I don't think it would have been like that strong. Just his like really just manic acting
Yeah.
was like hilarious. But again, just it's a combination of that acting plus like M Night that I can kind of just give it a pass. Especially when like you add that one scene where like at the very end where the wife is like, "Oh, I saw the way you made up that lie on the spot to the neighbor. It was so convincing." And then I'm thinking about the fucking like rooftop scene where he's like, "Oh, I saw this thing. Oh, I'm so scared." It's just like, no, like what other like time is he talking about where it's convincing? Because like it's not, but it adds so much.
Yes, and we're kind of cutting like directly to the end of the movie at this point, but like I actually really loved his like acting in the last part of the movie when like the full serial killer monster was unleashed or whatever, and he's like, like gosh, like his wife, I forgot her name, but like she gives him the fucking like the pie, and he's like, you know, I can finish this in 5 bites, right? Or something like that. And just like yeah, like the like he kept up like the same goofy energy for the first time, but like he's like everything was like exaggerated in like 20 with like the whole like serial killer angle.
And then I know we're skipping like even further, but like it's just something about like him getting shirtless and then like fighting the cops. I thought it was something like a split thing or some kind of like other like he's a beast or something.
Same, yeah.
Because just you know that same imagery, and then like he wasn't.
Like even the explanation that like that one FBI woman who like seems like she's from a completely fucking different movie is like, I'm an expert on these types of people. She like started giving a speech about like how like his mom was the first person to notice what kind of like beast he truly was, but she was the last person to like find that out or whatever. And it's like I really thought for a second he was gonna either tie this to like Unbreakable or even like The Watchers or something. It's like
yeah, and then they kind of use that in the scene where like he gets M Night's daughter like she goes to the house with them, and then he's like bringing her out to the car, and then she's like, "You're a bad boy, aren't you?" Then he's like, like he's having those like whole like you know mother like issue thing.
Yes,
and then it was like it was story building, like it was character building. It was fine.
That car scene, like at first I was like, okay, this is actually stupid. Like this is not gonna work. And then like she's going like you've been a bad boy or whatever, you can do better. And like I really loved at the end of that scene where like he just like sarcastically says "mom" or something like that. He's like, "All right, mom," and just keeps driving on. I was like, okay, no, you actually redeemed the scene for me.
I thought they were actually gonna pull a decent twist, and I would like the movie more if they did this because I thought the wife was gonna be the actual killer. Like that shot where she's turning on the kettle pot, and it's just like eerily like a dolly zoom on her a little bit. I thought they were actually building towards her being the actual killer somehow. Maybe he was just panicking for the cops because he has to cover up for her, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that would have been.
That was gonna be a decent twist.
Yeah, the whole twist about her, like I guess setting up the trap, but that was like the M Night twist of the movie. It was definitely not as big of a twist as I expected, but it was like, in a sense it was.
I expected bigger.
Sorry, what was that?
I expected bigger.
You know exactly.
No, you expect big twists from a shot,
but it was actually kind of illicit. So I can't really.
I legit thought she was gonna reveal that like either like she was actually the killer or they're both killers because like said something about the way like how did you find like you found me or something like that. It's like I keep really separating and like I thought like she's gonna be okay, yeah, she's a killer too, and that's why she was able to like notice that he's like or something like that.
Yeah.
There's actually another thing. It's kind of unrelated that I want to talk about. Is like I don't know if this happened in your theater. There is like a scene where like they show the video footage of the guy like that's in the basement that gets like caught by Josh Hartnett, and they show him like his hand coming out of like a van on like CCTV footage, and he does like a beckon, like, and then like he walks through the van, and he's like suddenly pulled him inside like a fucking like meme or something. The entire theater just started laughing because it was also dead silent. There was no music. It was just a bunch of guy getting violently pulled inside of like a very obvious free candy van. It was just pretty great. Yeah.
I didn't have any like crazy reactions in my theater for anything honestly in the movie. A lot of talking.
Shit.
Well, just not in a rude way. Just like, oh, did you catch this or catch that? Definitely no laughing except for me. I mean, I laughed out loud at a couple parts just because I thought it was really bad.
Like which parts? Do you remember which parts?
Like the third time he makes an excuse to his daughter to go, he's like, "Oh, I forgot my credit card at the table." And
Yeah.
Yes.
like sitting laughing my ass off. Everybody thinks I'm crazy. But actually, I had a full theater. And on Tuesdays they do $5 tickets at my theater, so maybe that's part of it. But it was a completely sold out show.
Yeah, no, we usually try to catch movies on Tuesdays too because they do half price here at the AMC at the mall. But we didn't. We saw this like I think Thursday or something like that. Like or actually Thursday or Saturday.
I think it was
no,
Saturday.
it was Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday.
We had Mikado sushi.
Yeah.
So and it was fairly full.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, those parts you're talking about, like a lot of people laugh in the audience too. Like the stuff that like I don't know if M Night knows. Like okay, people might laugh in like this or this part, but I'm sure he must know because like at this point, like I don't know. But and again those moments I don't see in a lot of films, and because like they're kind of unique and like we kind of do that with like our stuff. There's kind of a soft spot there. It's like okay, like I have to kind of give it a pass.
I know, but for me, the tone is so jarring, and I'm somebody who kind of defends M. Night to a certain extent. You know, I don't think he's the most incredible filmmaker. I think most of his movies are like a 7 out of 10. But with this, if he's really going for campy, and that's the whole intent of his tone with the plot, that's fine. But I just didn't really get that vibe. I think he definitely knows that some of this is supposed to be a little comedic, or people will laugh at it. But I didn't feel like all of it was intentional. You know?
Yeah, no,
the plot just also didn't really grab me, to be honest with you.
Yeah. It was definitely more campy than like Split or like Glass or whatever. But like, but it still wasn't. I know what you mean. Like, it's in that weird area. Like, it's not quite there yet. So
I mean,
as like The Visit or something, right? Yeah.
There's definitely moments that were like very hyper campy, like Kid Cudi's entire character when it like came on was pretty great. But
or like when like the stage opens like in the hall and like the freaking like walkway and the floor opens and then he's like, hey, what's down there? You want to go down there?
Yeah.
Dude,
the daughter is the only sane character in the entire movie.
Yeah, I know. It's in terms of like all those moments where he's like trying to distract his daughter, that's like the peak for me. Because it's like no one's gonna fucking say that to their kid. Like so that was interesting. And I think definitely for runtime, a lot of those like stage performance scenes with like his daughter definitely kind of dragged a bit.
100%,
I mean, I get it. Like it was a concert. They're trying to show like concert type stuff, but like
also show her music. So
show her music, but it dragged a bit. And then this is not like a knock on her music. Like her stuff is like fine, but like a lot of the songs were like a very similar tone. There's nothing like crazy upbeat, which like it's fine, but like I guess I expected like some bit of like a variety because that could help kind of just change the mood and the pacing of certain scenes. And like I don't know, but every single one of them was like kind of moody. So like I don't know. That was like I guess I expected like more hype in certain scenes. Yeah, but that was a little.
What do you think, Sonny?
Pretty much what you guys are saying. I just enjoyed like the goofiness of it. Honestly, the biggest twist for me was when they left the concert. I really wasn't expecting that. I feel like it became like a whole different like movie once they like got out of that whole like being trapped part of the movie. But yeah, overall, just the 7 different times he like escaped the police. It was all just great. I was really having a great time.
And the escapes got like crazier and crazier each time. Like the limousine one was actually wild.
That's what I'm kind of saying with the tone of the movie though, because realistically they're knocking at the door. He's not gonna change, even if he has a SWAT costume on deck for whatever reason, he's not gonna change into that, go through the tunnel and make it out there, and then the limousine driver just like, oh yeah, you could take her, I'll just fuck off out of the limo and just disappear. Like he's not even in frame as far as what I saw. And then my other issue with it is I get that he's supposed to be this mastermind killer, but hold on one second. Sorry, Chewie's being an asshole.
I can't.
But I get he's supposed to be this mastermind killer, but every obstacle he faces, he just overcomes it so easily, where it kind of takes away the stakes from it. That's why I get back to tone. Like, if it's supposed to be comedic, that's fine. But 1, make it a little more funny, and then 2, make it a little more obvious. Because
I see what you're saying.
Like, everything's supposed to be so easy to overcome all these obstacles, then what are we doing here?
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. Because like he was pretty much just like it was a walk in the park earlier on. Like he just got that guy to take him backstage. He got the pass. He freaking put the pass on, went backstage, like walked right through all the SWAT people, got the coffee and said, "I can get the donuts for you." And like it, like that stuff is definitely, but yeah.
And I'm gonna say one thing to that like defense, and this is probably just more on like my personal preference than anything. Like I think if you went any more comedic, it would have been straight up Sam Raimi, and I fucking love Sam Raimi. But like I think the fact that it isn't that like exaggerated puts it in this very novel gray area for me, where it's like I'm not like, because like if it was like clearly a comedic movie, I would be like appreciating it more in that regard. But the fact that it's like I'm somewhat invested slightly in this thriller, and then these goofy shit keeps happening to like kind of make me go, wow. It's like, I think that puts me on like edge to receive like those little bits of comedy more. Like, and this is probably just sounding like completely insane, but it's just, I think it's just my personal preference where it's like, I mean, don't get me wrong, like I love Sam Raimi. I think Evil Dead 2 is one of the funniest fucking movies ever made, but like I think that like it makes it a more unique flavor from like just straight up like Sam Raimi, like exaggerated like I guess comedic stuff, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get that totally. I'm not gonna be a hater, just sometimes movies just don't work for you, and
no, it's
all had that movie so far. I mean, mine was Twisters.
Mine was Long Legs.
Yeah, mine was Long Legs.
I would see Trapped like a million times before I see Long Legs.
I don't want to watch
Long Legs. I keep expecting a different movie.
What was that?
I said I don't want to watch either of them.
You won't watch what either,
Yeah, like the thing is with Long Legs, it's like came in like, especially with all the rave reviews, I came in expecting it's gonna be like, you know, I got Silence of the Lambs 2 or something like some like serial killer thriller, and then I got like just kind of like a shitty horror movie with like a 20-minute exposition scene at the end. But like, whereas Trap, I came in expecting a.
Are you there?
Yeah, I had to take my dog.
With Trap, like I came in expecting like a very like goofy M. Night Shyamalan movie. And Josh Hartnett's like in the trailer was like he's kind of like giving off that energy already. So I basically got the movie I expected, and then got like 90 minutes of it. So like even if like, you know, it's not the best movie or whatever, like I really enjoyed myself. Whereas Long Legs, I enjoyed the first half, and then I just started getting punched in the fucking head over and over again by these fucking
I think because I think the main like downside for me with like Trap was like some of the, like I mentioned, some of the like the song scenes were kind of dragging, and it was kind of clear that they were doing it for runtime, and so like there were parts that kind of slowed down, but like everything else was like, I mean, again, like I mentioned before, you know, like what Josh said, it's like you almost can't really think of it like logically, because it's like it's M. Night, which I know is not really fair to say, because everything you're saying is like
like they're legitimate,
that's what I was saying.
And like I agree with a lot of that, but it's just like because of my personal preference, I was like fine with.
And I think, and like as far as the tone goes, like because you're saying, you know, it might be better if it was more like comedic, it might be clearer. But then like just like kind of the gray area, which I see in like some bar stuff too, whether because of just personal preference or because like over time I've just gotten better at like actually fleshing out like tone in the films, like that's because I never see that in like mainstream stuff ever, that exact like ambiguous tone. It's just, it clicks like so well. But yeah, I don't know, but it was definitely, I would say, for how much I enjoyed it, I would give it an 8 out of 10.
I would give
it 8. Yeah,
I give it like a 7.
Okay. Like objectively, it's probably more of like a 6 or 7. But how much I enjoyed the movie, I would give it an 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed my time.
Yeah.
And the fact that like Long Legs has like an 85% on Rotten Tomatoes, and this movie is 48% boggles my mind. Like,
yeah, I think I enjoyed this more than Long Legs. Looking back, the last half of Long Legs, I checked my watch like every 30 seconds.
Damn.
I think even during Long Legs at one point, I looked up the runtime just to see how much I had.
That's not good.
And with this one, I mean, I checked my watch a decent amount of times, but I still enjoyed it more. I wish I could go back and check out Long Legs review, but I'd probably give this like a 4. I really did not have a good time watching.
I got you.
I think that's like
interesting though that you said earlier that you like usually would defend M. Night, because we don't really ever talk about M. Night. I didn't know that you like, I don't know if you like him a lot or like you just like, you know, because again, I guess like what you're saying, he's kind of a hit or miss. Like when he does make other like more classic kind of like thrillers, you know, with like different twists, like the tone's more serious, like Split. Like it's like I can see like a wider audience really liking Split, because a wider audience did really like Split and Glass. But then this is just like one of his like kind of weird like, you know, one-off movies that's like, it's just more niche.
I think like the last Shyamalan movie I've seen is like, I want to say Signs. So like it's been a fucking while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like.
I think like a few episodes of Servants, so like I mean, like catching one every now and then. Most other people were.
Yeah, because Josh and I saw Knock at the Cabin in theaters, and we definitely, he said as well that we like Trap more than that. That was like Dave Bautista was good in it. The acting were great. Like it was good, but it was, I don't know, like some of it sometimes it just got kind of like once you realize the whole Four Horsemen thing, and like it was just, you know, it was kind of just between them like killing each other and then looking back at the news and then going back. It's just kind of like after a while, I was like, But then again, like that wasn't original. I guess he adapted that from something.
Yeah. It's like a book.
Yeah.
I think The Watchers is a book too. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's what it is.
I think Old was also an adaptation too.
Was Old an adaptation?
I think it might have been.
I
remember hearing.
Oh no, Old. I don't know. I really don't know.
See, I haven't even seen Old.
I think it's on HBO or Max or whatever it's called. I didn't mind Old. I liked it more than this. But I don't think you guys would after hearing what you thought about Trap. I don't think you'll like Old as much.
But you said Old is like pretty much a straight like drama, like it's serious.
Yeah, straight. Yeah, there's not nothing's really comedic.
Okay, no, but I mean, I don't mind that either. Yeah, like I would fully enjoy that. Yeah, so but cool, good. I appreciate you doing the review. So yeah,
it's always fun. These are great.
Of course, man, for sure. Yeah. So I guess you start recording.